Before we delve into this profound story, let me extend an invitation. Join us in spreading the message of hope and redemption by subscribing to this channel, liking this video, sharing it with your friends and family, and leaving a comment below. Your simple actions can help share God's word and bless others. Remember, by sharing His love, you too will be richly blessed. Imagine standing on a rocky hill, the air charged with tension. The sky, unnaturally dark for the middle of the day, casts a shadow over the gathered crowd. Murmurs of anger and sorrow intertwine with the rhythmic and haunting sound of a hammer striking wood. It's a day like no other in Jerusalem, a moment that will change history forever. Welcome to the story of the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus, a story of hope and redemption. Journey with me as we travel back 2,000 years to witness a tale of betrayal, sacrifice, and ultimate triumph. This is a story that illuminates the darkest times with a beacon of hope and reminds us of the power of redemption. Under the silver glow of a tranquil moon, the quiet Garden of Gethsemane holds an air of solemnity. Jesus kneels on the soft grass, his face etched with both anguish and peace as he prays fervently. The surrounding olive trees stand as silent witnesses, their gnarled branches stretching toward the heavens. Nearby, his closest friends, the disciples, sit slumped in exhaustion, struggling to stay awake. The weight of the moment is palpable, though they remain unaware of the storm about to break. The stillness of the garden is suddenly broken by the echo of hurried footsteps and the crackle of torches piercing the shadows. A mob of soldiers and temple guards floods the scene, their armor glinting in the flickering light. At their forefront stands Judas Iscariot, his face shadowed with guilt and grim determination. He steps toward Jesus and plants a kiss on his cheek, a signal that betrays the one he once followed. The soldiers move in, seizing Jesus as the disciples stand frozen in shock before scattering into the night. The garden is no longer a place of peace. The soldiers tighten their grip on Jesus as he is led away, his hands bound and his head bowed. The disciples, scattered and fearful, vanish into the darkness, leaving their teacher alone to face his accusers. The once serene moonlight is now mingled with the harsh glow of torches, creating stark contrasts of light and shadow. The Messiah, the embodiment of truth and love, walks toward a trial that has already been determined. The road to Golgotha is a harsh and unforgiving path. Jesus walks slowly, his shoulders burdened by the crushing weight of a heavy wooden cross. Each step he takes is filled with excruciating pain, as the rough wood presses against his torn and bloodied back. His body trembles with exhaustion, yet the soldiers show no mercy. Their cruel laughter echoes as they whip and taunt him, driving him forward. Around him, a restless crowd gathers, their faces a mixture of pity, anguish, and malice. Some mourn his suffering, tears streaming down their faces, while others sneer and mock, adding to his torment. A solemn moment on the road to Golgotha. Simon of Cyrene, a strong but startled man, is shown stepping in to help carry the heavy cross. His hands grip the rough wood as he leans into the burden, his face reflecting a mix of compassion and hesitation. Jesus, frail and exhausted, looks at Simon with a faint, grateful expression. The crowd stands in the background, subdued, their faces marked by a mix of shock, awe, and quiet reflection. Soldiers watch with impatience, their weapons at the ready. The dusty path and somber lighting underscore the gravity of the scene. At Golgotha, Jesus is nailed to the cross. The sharp sound of the hammer striking nails reverberates across the desolate hill. The air is heavy with the collective tension of onlookers, some wailing in sorrow, others sneering with scorn. Amid the unbearable agony, Jesus speaks, his voice steady and filled with divine grace. "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." His words pierce the hearts of some, while others remain unmoved. Above his head a sign proclaims, "Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews." Nearby, Roman soldiers gambol over his garments, oblivious to the enormity of the moment unfolding. Hours pass as Jesus hangs on the cross, his body trembling with exhaustion and pain. His breathing grows shallow, each breath a labor. The crowd around him falls silent, an oppressive stillness settling over the hill. Suddenly, Jesus cries out with a voice that echoes through the heavens, "It is finished." His head falls and his final breath is released. The earth begins to quake violently, the sky darkens unnaturally, as if creation itself mourns. The temple veil is torn in two, signifying a cosmic shift. Those present are struck with awe and fear, realizing the gravity of what has transpired. On the third day at the break of dawn, a group of devoted women set out on a solemn journey to the tomb. They carry precious spices, their intention to anoint Jesus' body filled with love and devotion. Their hearts are heavy, their footsteps slow, burdened by grief and uncertainty. The early morning light casts long shadows, heightening the atmosphere of quiet anticipation as they approach the sacred site. As evening falls, Joseph of Arimathea, a devoted and secret follower of Jesus, approaches Pilate with a bold request. He asks for Jesus' body, and with utmost care and reverence, he wraps the lifeless figure in linen. Joseph then gently lays Jesus in a tomb hewn out of rock, sealing him away from the world. A massive stone is rolled across the entrance, symbolizing finality and loss. The hopes of his followers seem to have been buried with him, shrouded in the twilight of despair. When the women arrive, they are taken aback by a shocking sight. The massive stone has been rolled away, and the tomb is empty. Their initial grief shifts to astonishment and wonder. Suddenly, two radiant figures in dazzling clothes appear before them, their presence otherworldly and filled with divine light. The angels speak to the women, asking, "Why do you look for the living among the dead? He is not here, he has risen." The atmosphere is charged with disbelief, joy, and the transformative hope of resurrection. Filled with renewed energy and excitement, the women rush back to tell the disciples, their news echoing with wonder as the disciples struggle to comprehend this miraculous event. Soon after, Jesus himself appears to them alive, victorious, and peaceful. He shows them his scars, tangible proof of his sacrifice and triumph over death. In that moment, the reality of resurrection dispels every doubt. Death has been defeated, and the grave could not hold him. The crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus is more than a story. It is the ultimate act of love and redemption. This profound event reminds us that even in our darkest moments there is hope. Through the sacrifices made, victory emerges, and no matter how broken we feel, a path to restoration awaits. This powerful narrative has transformed countless lives and continues to inspire millions across the globe. It stands as a testament to the fact that love conquers all and that hope is never truly lost. The message resonates deeply, inviting viewers to reflect on the enduring power of faith and compassion. It has deeply inspired many, and especially inspires the message of hope for the universe and life in a container. If this story has touched your heart, share it with someone who may need encouragement today. Embrace the invitation to explore more inspiring stories by subscribing, liking, and commenting on the video. Your support not only spreads messages of hope and inspiration, but also reinforces the truth that no matter where you are in life, there is always hope, and you are deeply loved.